Hello there folks, this is Whiskey with another Killing Floor mod highlight. Today's mod in the spotlight is Killing Floor Vehicle mod released by the modder Braindead. Credits include Black Cheetah for the original code that inspired the creation of this mod, Jean Gonthier and the RKW team for allowing the use of the fuel can code and pure inspiration, Glenn Super Ape Storm for the original Team Vehicle factory code, Tripwire Interactive for the original vehicle models and the RO coding base, and Marco for the inspiration with the coding techniques and gameplay elements. First things first, I've provided the links to the downloads below. Official downloads can be found on ModDB. What we have here is 4 available downloads. There are 2 ways to install this mod. You have the automatic version, which comes with an installer. So you just download this, run it, and it should install it to the correct location. The manual version, which is what I'll be doing today, which will give you a file directory where you copy the files across manually yourself. A patch, which you will only require if you are going to be running a server without Marco's server perks 5 and above. Marco actually implemented the fix that the patch applies directly into his server perks. So the only reason you need to download the patch is if you are running a server without Marco's server perks. And there is also a map pack available with a collection of maps put together by some very talented mappers. So once you've downloaded the files, you want to navigate to your Steam Apps folder and Killing Floor, commonly Steam Apps, Common, Killing Floor. Once there, you want to drag and drop your archive that you've downloaded. You want to extract them, and you will need the animations, maps, sounds, static meshes, system and textures, and just drag and drop into the Killing Floor folder. If it asks to merge, click yes, and you'll copy the files across. There's also a README available in this folder, which is worth having a read. It provides the credits, full instructions on how to actually play some of the game, the full features list, and the rest of it, and how to host a dedicated server. There is also a mappers README if you are interested in making the maps, and Braindead has also included the source code that made up the mod. Sorry. I'm also, while we're here, going to install the maps. So I downloaded the archive, and it comes with a collection of maps. Everything from places like West London and Mountain Pass that have been opened up a little larger and made more friendly for the vehicles, right through to a massive stadium with ramps and jumps and absolutely crazy stuff. The mappers really outdid themselves on this particular one. To install these maps, you simply have to extract the maps, I'm not going to bother with the README, into your maps directory in your Killing Floor folder. So allow that just to copy across. Okay, that is it. Sorry, I accidentally opened up the wrong file there. That is all that's required of the installation. So let's fire up the game and see what we have. Okay, let's jump straight into the mod and see what we can see. So I'm going to fire up a solo game. I'm going to find one of the maps with the KVM suffix. And we got Blood Mountain. That I know is an absolutely massive one. Death Basin is relatively simple, and let's go for a familiar map with a familiar feel. Let's go for Mountain Pass Day. There is also a night version, which I can imagine being a lot of fun and feel more Killing Floor. Multi-story car park and Suburbia. Let's go Suburbia actually. Let's go to our mutators. Ensure server version C handler version 6 is enabled, and then we're going to scroll down somewhere in our list. I'm always terrible at actually finding these. Killing Floor vehicle mod. Add that one in. Now, just to bear in mind that you require the maps with the KFVM suffix to actually be able to use this mod. If you try it on some of the other maps, it won't you won't get vehicles or anything like that. The maps actually have the spawn locations for the vehicles in them. So let's see if there's any configuration options. You can select the maximum number and minimum number of vehicles that may spawn in a map. Sorry, I'll stop moving my mouse to stop it clicking. So very simple. If you're going to have a big server with lots of people, you might want to bump that up, or less if you want to make it more survival based. So let's fire this up. Find at this point that the loading time might be a bit longer than normal. This is simply because it's firing up a new game mode once it started loading. So if you bear with it, it'll get there eventually. Okay, there we are. I'm going to rock out with a sharpshooter again. Hopefully I won't embarrass myself quite as badly as I did last time. Yes, I should bear in mind that you spawn with double pistols. The perks don't work in the same way. So normally this is a prop, but I can get into it. Oh, hey! We have a speedometer, a fuel gauge. Whee! Roadkill! Handbrake with space. Although this is just me in one map. Oh, hello. So what I'm going to do is I am going to fire up a server, invite some friends along, and then we can go ride shotgun and do drive-bys on Zeds. What more could you want? So, yeah, so there was a missing truck there. Oh, what, excuse me. Hell yeah. Italian job, anyone? There's even a hippie bus. You'll find there's quite a few vehicles to choose from. You have the classic Mini, the coach, the police car, the double-decker bus. That was actually a lot harder than I thought. There's a Hackney carriage. And there is also fuel available. Once you run out of fuel, you will need to fill up your car again with a petrol can you can pick up from the trader. So yes, as I was saying, let me fire up a server and we'll get some friends in here and we shall kick some ZRs. Right guys, rather than having you watch I don't know how many hours I think I played this with the guys the other night, but I thought I would spare you the constant gibbering of us as we were playing and do a quick rundown of the features of this mod. So this is quite a comprehensive mod. It adds multiple vehicles with strengths and weaknesses relative to the build: army, lorry, police riot van, ambulance, helicopter, police car, forklift, mini, taxi cab, wheelchair and camper van. So quite a bit to choose from. Kills on the Zeds and stuff, the faster you're travelling you can insta-kill them, otherwise they try to get out of the way. Fuel cans, which you can either pick up from the trader or find looting, can be used to refuel your car. Or you can set down a petrol trail or throw it down and shoot it to ignite it. Welding tools can actually repair the vehicles, so that can give you a bit more survivability. You get some vehicles have multiple seats in them with the gunners, so depending on the size of the vehicle depends how many troops can actually get in it. Vehicle damage and destruction is relative to collisions and attacks, so the bigger the thing is that hits you, the more damage you get. The faster you travel and crash, the more damage it gets. There's an abundance of custom and stock maps, some conversion and some specially made for it. Some of the mappers went all out on it. It comes with, I think, approximately 10 to 12 maps. I'd have to actually double check. It's completely integrated with the Killing Floor SDK for community mapping. It's there's destructible objects
based on natural map features, fences, fuel pumps, tables, barrels, anything else the mapper would like to add. And Zeds can destroy them themselves as well. So it's worth checking on the thread for some information about the mapping and what else is available for it. Braindead went full out on this one. I thoroughly enjoy it when I play it. It's a bit hectic compared to your standard KF game, but it is one of those mods I definitely think is worth checking out if you get the chance. This has been Whiskey with another mod highlight, being the vehicle mod. If you've got any comments or suggestions, please leave them down below and I will have a look when I get a chance. And if you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, maybe subscribe if you like the other stuff on my channel.